Hello, beautiful soul. I need to tell you something that's going to hurt, but someone has to say it. You know that thing you've been planning to do for months. That business idea, that book, that workout routine, that conversation you keep avoiding? Nobody cares about it. Not your friends, not your family, not the universe. Nobody gives a single damn about your potential until you actually do something with it. And if you don't get a grip on this pattern right now, today, you're going to die as the person who could have been something great. I'm not saying this to be cruel. I'm saying this because I used to be you. 3 years ago, I had 17 different someday projects, a YouTube channel with 0 videos, a business plan I'd rewritten 47 times, a novel that existed only in my head. I was the queen of potential. Everyone said so. Oh, you have so many talents. You're going to do amazing things. But here's what nobody tells you about being full of potential. It's actually a prison. Because every day you don't act on it, you're building evidence that you're the kind of person who doesn't follow through. And your brain? It's keeping score. Here's what's really happening when you keep starting and stopping, planning and postponing. You're training your nervous system not to trust you. Think about it. How many times have you gotten excited about something, told yourself this time is different, and then quit when it got hard? Your body remembers. Every single time. That's why you feel anxious when you think about starting something new. That's why you procrastinate. Your brain is literally saying, "Why should I get excited? She's just going to give up again." You've created a cycle of self-betrayal so deep that you can't even access your own gut instincts anymore. When was the last time you made a decision and knew it was right? When was the last time you felt that deep certainty that comes from trusting yourself? You can't remember, can you? But here's the part that really gets me fired up. You're sitting here, in 2025, with access to the internet, probably in a safe country, with clean water, electricity, and more opportunities than 99% of humans who have ever lived. You won the cosmic lottery. You're literally living the life that billions of people throughout history could only dream of. And you're wasting it. You're wasting it scrolling TikTok instead of building something. You're wasting it consuming other people's dreams instead of creating your own. You're wasting it being afraid of what strangers on the internet might think about your first, imperfect attempt. Meanwhile, there's someone in a developing country with a fraction of your resources who would give anything to have your opportunities. And they're probably out there making things happen while you're making excuses. You know what the real tragedy is? You've become a passive observer in your own life. You're watching everyone else live while you sit in the audience eating popcorn, thinking someday, that'll be me. But someday never comes for observers. Someday only comes for participants. The people you admire, the ones building businesses, creating art, making impact. They're not smarter than you. They don't have some special gene you're missing. They just decided to stop rehearsing and start performing. Because here's what I learned. Life is practice. You can't get good at living by thinking about it. You can only get good at living by doing it. Every decision, every risk, every failure, every win. That's the curriculum. That's how you develop wisdom, confidence, and that internal compass you've lost. But when you freeze, when you stay in planning mode forever, you break the feedback loop. You stop learning. You stop growing. You stop living. I want you to imagine something with me. You're 85 years old, lying in a hospital bed. Your family is around you, and you know this is it. What are you thinking about? Research shows the biggest regret dying people have isn't the risks they took that didn't work out. It's the risks they didn't take because they were afraid. They don't regret the business that failed. They regret the business they never started. They don't regret the relationship that ended. They regret never putting themselves out there. They don't regret looking foolish. They regret playing it safe and staying invisible. Right now, you have something that 85-year-old you would give anything for. Time and breath and the ability to act. Don't waste it being afraid of looking stupid. 85-year-old, you would rather be embarrassed than empty. But this isn't just about you. Every time you shrink, every time you play small, every time you choose comfort over courage, you're robbing the world of what you could contribute. That business idea you have, someone needs what you want to create. That book you want to write, someone needs to read those exact words. That skill you want to develop, someone needs to learn from your journey, but they can't benefit from potential. They can only benefit from action. You think you're being humble by staying small, but you're actually being selfish. You're hoarding your gifts because you're afraid they're not good enough. But who are you to decide that? Let the world decide. Put it out there and see what happens. So here's what we're going to do right now. First, pick one thing. Not 17 things. One thing you've been thinking about doing but haven't started. Got it? Good. Now, what's the smallest possible first step you could take on that thing today? Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when you feel ready. Today. Maybe it's writing one paragraph. Maybe it's recording a 30-second video. Maybe it's sending one email. I don't care how small it is. I care that you do it. Because here's the secret. You don't start when you feel brave. You feel brave when you start. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. But here's the real challenge. I want you to commit to this one thing for 90 days. Not until you get bored. Not until it gets hard. Not until you find something more exciting. 90 days. Minimum. Most people quit things right before they start to work. They plant a seed and dig it up every week to see if it's growing. But compound growth, in business, in skills, in confidence, only happens when you stick with something long enough to see the magic happen. You know those people you follow online who seem to have it all figured out? They didn't quit after 30 days. They didn't quit after 60 days. They committed to something long enough to actually get good at it. Life is going to try to shake you off course. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up. Days when you question if it's worth it. That's when you need to tighten your grip. Your grip on your commitment. Your grip on your vision. Your grip on the person you're becoming. The people you admire? They just built stronger grip strength than you have. Not because they're naturally tougher, but because they practiced holding on when everyone else let go. So here's my challenge to you. Pause this video right now. Go do that first small step. Prove to yourself that you're the kind of person who acts instead of just thinks. And if you do it, if you actually pause and take action, come back and comment, "I did it." Because I want to see who's ready to stop being an observer and start being a participant. Your 85-year-old self is counting on you. The people who need what you have to offer are counting on you. But most importantly, the version of yourself who's tired of living with untapped potential is counting on you. Don't let them down. Stop rehearsing for a life you're never going to live. The show has already started. It's time to get on stage. Want more content like this? Hit that subscribe button. See you on my next video.